Hello guys, here's Louie. So we are moving forward with the 68 Firebird project, the bird that came back from the dead, as I call her. So this is the next step. I'm going to start working on the deck lid over here. I want to share a strategy that have worked for me when I was doing my 67, also when I was restoring my 69 Firebird. She's not here because I ran out of space, but I do have her outside in a carport, an enclosed carport. This strategy works for me all the time because sometimes you could be overwhelmed with working on these cars. If it's some sheet metal work, body work, or electrical, or putting the motor together, anything like that. Anyway, what I like to do is if I don't have a lot of time on my hands, I always said if you dedicate an hour to 2 hours a day, you could get a whole lot done by the end of the week. Okay. And if you got a little tired and sick and tired of doing, let's say, sheet metal work, you can move on to electrical work. That's what I do. So I like to sometimes jump around because sometimes you get tired of cutting up metal, welding metal, and shaping metal, whatever it takes to get the job done. You know what I mean? So you can move on to a different area of your project. That's what I'm trying to say. If today you don't feel up to doing some sheet metal work, well, maybe you want to fix a wire harness that belongs to the car, or something in the interior, or exhaust, or in the engine bay, something that is a little different. Okay, so moving along, my next step will be this original deck lid on the car. So since this deck lid is the original to the car, to me that means enough that I should save this deck lid. If I wanted to go the easy way out, I have two options. Either you order a new one, a reproduction, or I get one from my extra Pontiac parts that I have laying around, which I do have an extra deck lid. But that one I will be saving for a future project. Now, this deck lid here, I already took out a dent. This was actually pushed all the way in, and I use a stud gun and pull her out. Okay, sometimes when you use a stud gun, it leaves little holes that you have to weld up. Sometimes, not all the time. There was a little, it was also right here, dented in. This is the P that goes in here to spell the word Pontiac, which was on the deck lid for 67 and 68 only. Okay, this is surface rust, so this is pretty easy to get rid of. I will get rid of it by sanding it down. So when she got whacked in her life, somewhere down that line, she got whacked. I don't know if you guys could see it or not, but she's pretty wavy. This line right here, this lip is pretty wavy. I have to fix that. I have to also knock it on this side out. Okay. And what's really cool about these original deck lids on these first generation Firebirds 67 and 68 are these oval cutouts. Hope you guys can see that. I know the light is a little bit in the way here, but they are oval cutouts. Okay, they have oval like stampings where the word Pontiac, the emblem, will go through. The reproduction does not make it. At one time, somebody did tell me they was making it the correct way, but I have stopped. Okay, and these deck lids get real rusty on this side, which is the back of it. Behind this sheet metal, of course, this is bended, this is folded and spot welded, or from the factory. It gets it gets rusty. So every time I'm closing, opening this and closing and shutting it down, the scale, the loose rust keeps coming inside my brand new trunk floor. And I don't want to finish this whole car and have that issue, because that'll be terrible. Okay, I have some rust repairs to do here, some rust repairs there, rust repair over here, you know, and to me it's just worth saving. So this is my idea. I'm taping it because I'm going to try to stay on this side right here. Follow the line of the tape, go all around and just cut it with a cutoff wheel and see how she looks from the inside. Okay guys, so I took off the deck lid from the 68 Firebird, and it's really cool that she's able to drive and move on her own power. I don't have to push her out the garage. I don't have to push her back inside the garage. So believe me, it feels a whole lot better on my body. All right, so this is what I'm facing here. Rust repair is going to be done here. Or rust repair is going to be done here. This oval shape here is factory. Just going to fix what's messed up. Have another one here. Another one over here. Okay. But that's about it for this side. Of course, clean out the lip. Okay, put a rust converter, then a primer on there, and I'll be ready to go. So this is the plan. I drew a black line here. I'm gonna go around with the cutting wheel. Well, take my time, cut it all around, and peel her off. And we shall see what a first gen Firebird trunk lid looks on the other side. And if you guys ever wonder what this cutout is for, and that little hole right there is for a trunk lamp. Okay, the original trunk lamp on these cars go right here, and I believe the correct term they used back in the day when this came out, when this car came out, is luggage lamp. All right guys, so let's see what's on the other side of the 1968 Firebird deck lid. All right guys, so my weapon of choice to deattach this part of the deck lid from the deck lid itself, the inner from the deck lid itself, so far, and it's working great, is this cutoff wheel with my air compressor and this mini auto body Sawzall that you guys could get in Harvest Freight for a reasonable price, and it works great. Just don't buy the cheap blade, buy the good blades, like they Bauer blades. You know, you're gonna pay a little more, but it's worth it. So what I am doing, all right, if you guys ever decide to do this, is I'm cutting right here. I'm going and I'm coming back and I'm cutting again. I'll pass it about 2 to 3 times, which makes the metal thinner. And once you have an opening that Sawzall blade of that cutoff tool over there fits in, since you did a couple of passes with this cutoff wheel, the metal is way less thicker than originally it was, because you was cutting away some layers already. And she fits in, the Sawzall blade one fits right in, and as you go, she cuts like butter. And I'm liking this because when it's time to wall up, look at that. It was going to wall up really nice and beautiful. So far so good. Let me keep on going. I do not film when I'm cutting because it's annoying, and when you guys are watching the video, I know it's really loud. So guys, I cut all around where I drew my black line with the marker. Okay, Now let's see, how does this look? Oh, there you go. There you go, guys. That's the inside. And she's pretty rusty. So you see all that rust in there? It looks like a little powder, like a little debris buildup there. Every time I was opening and closing my deck lid, a whole lot of flakes of rust was falling in on the back floor of the deck lid, and I didn't want that to keep on happening, especially when I have this car all finished and painted and ready to drive it and show it off, you know, in car shows, you know, and you have that rust coming out. It's no good. So now my next plan is to sand this all down, wire wheel it all down, and spray some rust converter on it, do the repairs that I have to do, the rust repairs that I have to do, and weld everything right up. But that is going to be on the next video, guys. I do not want to make long videos. I really don't think there's nobody out there that wanted to see long videos, so I'm gonna try to make this a 2 to maybe even 3-part videos on the deck lid for the 68 Firebird, the bird that came back from the dead. So stay tuned. Bye bye.